Pre-algebra lesson 74, inserting parentheses and order of addition. So inserting parentheses is kind of goes along with our idea that in algebra there's really no such thing as subtraction. All we're doing is adding positive and negative numbers. It's kind of a fun thing to say to people when they first think about it. You tell them there's no such thing as subtraction. Technically there is, but when it comes to algebra, algebra works much better if you only use addition. So inserting parentheses helps us do that, and we make less errors when we're adding our integers if we can insert parentheses. So for example, a normal problem like 5 minus 3, let's zoom in a little bit more. Oh, whoops, I forgot I'm supposed to use my zoom button now. I have new software on my camera, and I'm supposed to do that to zoom in. Haha. Okay. Same camera, new video software. Anyways, so here I've got 5 minus 3 equals 2. That's an old-fashioned subtraction problem. Now, instead of doing that, what I would say algebraically is I would say 5 plus negative 3 would equal 2. And the way I would do that would be by mentally inserting parentheses around the sign that shows up in front of the 3 and then putting a plus sign in front of it. So the way that you mentally insert parentheses is like down here. You can see with this problem, negative 3 plus 3 minus 2 minus 6. Normally that's a PEMDAS problem. We'd work it from left to right, but when I mentally insert parentheses, I would just put parentheses around the negative 4. I don't have to put a plus sign in front of that because it's the first number. Then I put parentheses around the plus 3 and then put a plus sign in front of that. Parentheses around the negative 2, put a plus sign in front of that. So you can see here, parentheses around plus 3, add a plus sign. Parentheses around minus 2, add a plus sign. Parentheses around negative 6, add a plus sign. So that's how we insert parentheses. And what this does for us is it makes it negative 4 plus positive 3 plus negative 2 plus negative 6. And some of you are thinking, why in the world would I do that? Well, it gives us an advantage. Once we have turned all of our addition and subtraction into just algebraic addition, we can now add those numbers in whatever order we want. Right? Now that kind of goes against something I've been telling you guys for a while when it comes to PEMDAS, because when it comes to PEMDAS, addition and subtraction are equals, we need to add them from left to right. And that would have been true with this. If I do negative 4 plus 3, that's negative 1 minus 2, negative 3 minus 6, negative 9, right? If I tried to do it in a different order, like if I tried to do 2 minus 6, I got negative 4, and then I did 3 minus 4, that would have been negative 1. Negative 4 plus negative 1 would have been negative 5. That would have been wrong. Okay, but if I mentally insert parentheses, I can now add in whatever order I want. So if I go backwards and I do negative 6 plus negative 2, that's actually negative 8. Negative 8 plus positive 3 is negative 5. Negative 5 plus negative 4 is negative 9. And that gives us the right answer, as you can see down here. So in algebraic addition, I don't have to add from left to right. And that's why we want to add these parentheses. It gives us the advantage of being able to add in whatever order is most convenient for us. Okay? So now that we've got all that learning out of the way, let's go to some practice problems. Okay? So we have to add negative 30 plus 14 plus negative 1 plus 17. So let's go ahead and add our parentheses. So remember, I'm going to put parentheses around the number and the sign. I'll put parentheses around the 14 and the plus sign, and then I mentally add a plus sign there. I'll put parentheses around the negative 1. Hey, that plus sign's already there. Cool. I'll put parentheses around the positive 17, and I add a plus sign, right? Notice I'm just adding a plus sign above. That's a good way to do it. Now I can start adding in whatever order I want. So, negative 1 and 17 is pretty easy. That can just become positive 16. Positive 16 and 14. That might be easier to add. Let's see here. 16 plus 4 is 20, and then 10 more makes it 30. So that's just 30, and then I have positive 30 and negative 30, which is going to equal 0. So the final answer is 0. So you see the advantage in that. Instead of having to do negative 30 plus 14, I was able to kind of work with numbers that please me better. And if I wanted to do the 14 and the negative 1 first, that would have been fine. All right, we'll do one more example problem, and that'll be it for this video. Okay, so this is our last example. I'm going to show you another advantage of adding integers out of order. So again, our first step, we're going to mentally insert our parentheses. So that goes there. that goes there, add a plus sign, that goes there, add a plus sign, add a plus sign, add a plus sign. All right. Great. Now, once I've done all this, I can add in whatever order I want to, right? So let's use that to our advantage. Here I see -2 and +2. If I add those, they make 0. They cancel each other out. So whenever you see positives and negatives of the same number, once we mentally insert parentheses, we can just cancel them. Hey, look, there's a -3 and a +3. I'm going to cancel those. And -4 and +4. I'm going to cancel those because they all add up to 0. And all I've got left is just the whole number 2. So now my answer is just 2. Great. That was a lot easier than having to do all the math and brain work of adding those together. So now that we see this rule, hopefully it's something you guys can apply to your homework and help you solve some of your order of operation problems. If you have any questions, let me know on the school website, and I'll see you in class.